Okay, so you caused quite a bit of disruption at the press conference there. Will you tell me what you were saying to the elected officials and why you were saying it?
We just want to make sure that this plaza is maintained clean and sanitary for people to come here and enjoy the area. We can't have just destruction and overcrowded people just standing around and making it worse for everyone. It's not safe. It's a public safety issue and it's a health issue for everyone.
Are you both from the area?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the matter?
Born and raised. I came here with a sign that says, I love my community, but we are losing our community. And they all got physical with me. I came at peace, but thanks to this this gentleman, he came and helped me. But I'm here as a mother. My biggest concern is safety. I have a daughter going to high school, and it's too crowded. I have a son who has autism, and if he were to run away from me, I would lose him because of the crowd. It is unsanitary. I am for the vendors, but there should be limits. They should be 10 feet apart. There should be specific times or specific designated spots. There should be a better way. This is a slap to the face to the local immigrants who came and opened up their businesses and paid taxes and paid rent. They didn't have big corporations behind their backs. They did it all by themselves.
Paint the picture for me. What's the area like on a busy day when the vendors are operating?
You can't walk.
We wouldn't be standing here right now.
We wouldn't be standing here. Tents everywhere, completely congested. I do not walk this area. I have to go very far away in order for me and my family to have some fun in another park in Long Island. I don't even come to this area anymore. I have completely lost my community. I've been here for 31 years.
And so what is your message to the politicians that stood behind the vendors? They were defending them. They're operating without permits. They're trying to push legislation that would get them permits. What's your position on the elected officials today and their position?
If they want this area to be full of vendors, section off the area, rent out the sections to people, and have them do things correctly. Just like everywhere else. There's no reason that we have a million of the same businesses in one location. There's no reason that everybody's here overcrowding this area and just causing congestion and an issue for everyone else. People want to go to sleep at night, but this area is constant 24 hours a day. You can't relax. You can't get off the train and feel comfortable. There's bird feces and rodent feces all over and everywhere and all over the food. It's not safe at all.
Local businesses are actually losing businesses. There's a Ricardo Cognore. They've been open since 1976, and they are closing down because of high rent, but because they do not feel safe in the area no more. So, and there's another business who he owns 3 cell phone stores in the area, and every morning he goes to work with tickets on his store because vendors do not clean up after themselves. And now he owes over $3,000 of tickets.
Now the vendors are saying they would clean up if they had more, if they had garbage cans and stuff like that.
They can purchase garbage cans. They can do their part. They have to do their part as well.
Or garbage bags. They don't need a garbage can.
Just
they can
make
do
sure
garbage
it's
bags.
clean. Clean up after yourself. Get a broom. Get a power washer. These are things that are easily purchased, but they are not doing. They just want everything handed to them. It's just simple. You have to do the work.
We are all trying to survive here. I understand these people are going through a tough situation, but I am a single mother as well. I live here, I work full time, and we are all struggling here. And it is unfair for the residents that we can no longer walk in our community and feel safe.
If you wouldn't mind, I touched on another issue that's open air brothels happening all around the street.
I told them
and
gladly walk them up and down the street so they can see every single thing that's happening in this area, from open air drug market to open air brothels to the vendors to people selling literal garbage on the street, just thrown on the floor and talking about and selling it as if it was something new. I could gladly take each and every politician by the hand and show them each and every one of these things.
My 13-year-old already faces catcalling. A 13-year-old girl. She comes home and tells me, Mom, these men have been making comments to me. Mom, there are so many prostitutions out there. Her friends are not allowed to come to my house because their parents don't want them to come to this area. How is that right?
Do you think there's an element of lawlessness in the area?
I wouldn't say lawlessness. The police are trying to do the best that they can within their means. But the community has to come together and also remove these things from this area. They need to stand up. We all need to stand up together and say, all right, enough is enough. Let's get this taken care of. Adjoining neighborhoods don't look like this. Bayside doesn't look like this. All right, Kew Gardens, Forest Hills, Astoria does not look like this. It's only Corona, Elmhurst, and Jackson Heights that have to face the majority of all this craziness.
Why do you think that is?
Because the community is not together. We're not coming together to stand up against everything that's wrong. It just needs togetherness.
It was never perfect here because a lot of people say there's always been vendors. Yes, there's always been vendors, but after COVID, everything has multiplied extremely. It was never this bad. I never had an issue before. So for me to speak out now, it's because it's gotten way worse.